My name is Sarah. I am 32 years old. I am married. My husband's name is Daniel. He is 36 years old. We live in a small house with a little garden. We have one son and one daughter. They mean everything to us. We have been married for 8 years, but our life is very quiet. We live in the same house, but it does not feel like we are close anymore. We do not talk much. When we do, we mostly talk about work or money. We do not laugh together. We do not hold hands or spend time together. We sleep in the same bed, but it feels like we are far away from each other. I felt empty inside. When I looked at my husband, I saw someone who no longer felt close to me. I could not feel his love. We had lost the happiness we once shared. I still remembered the good days, but they felt very far away. I wanted love. I wanted someone to notice me and care about me. I knew looking for love outside marriage was dangerous. I knew it was wrong, but my home life felt cold and lonely. I wanted to feel happy again. I wanted someone to hold my hand and make me feel important. One evening I went to a small cafe. I sat alone at a table. Then I saw him. His name was Ryan. He was reading a book. He looked kind and calm. We started talking. I do not remember who spoke first, but soon it felt like we had known each other for years. Ryan listened carefully to everything I said. At home, no one really listened to me. When Ryan looked at me, I felt special again. We talked for a long time that night. Before leaving, Ryan asked for my phone number. I gave it to him. The next day, he called me. After that, we met again and again. Soon, we started meeting in secret. I knew hiding things was wrong, but every time Ryan called, my heart felt happy. I could not stop thinking about him. Ryan gave me the care and attention I had been missing. He made me feel noticed. We grew very close. We spent time together, shared our dreams, and talked about our feelings. Slowly, I stopped thinking about my unhappy marriage. My thoughts were only about Ryan. I felt like I was living 2 different lives. One life at home felt quiet and lonely. The other life, with Ryan, felt full of happiness. But we had to be careful. We could only meet when my husband was away. Sometimes he travelled for work, and those days became our chance to see each other. Sometimes I visited Ryan's house, and sometimes he came to mine. We only sent messages late at night and used secret words so nobody would understand. One day, my husband travelled to another city for work. I was alone at home. My children were staying at their grandmother's house. The house felt empty without them. I felt lonely and missed Ryan. So I asked him to come over. Soon he arrived at my door. I was very happy to see him. We spent the whole night together, talking and enjoying each other's company. Time passed very quickly, and I wished the night would never end. Then suddenly, someone knocked on the front door. My heart almost stopped. I looked at Ryan with fear. It was my husband, Daniel. He came home early from his work trip. I was scared. This was very dangerous for us. I quickly pushed Ryan toward the bedroom. "Go hide now," I whispered. My hands were shaking. Ryan went into the bedroom and quietly closed the door. I tried to stay calm. I fixed my clothes and walked to the front door. When I opened it, Daniel was standing there. His face looked serious. He did not smile. He walked inside and looked around the house. It felt like he knew something was wrong. Then he looked at me and asked, "Why are you still awake this late?" I quickly lied. I said, "I was just watching a movie." I did not want him near the bedroom, so I started talking fast. I asked about his trip and his work, but Daniel did not fully believe me. He looked at the closed bedroom door. My heart was beating so fast. Then he started checking the house. He looked in different rooms and even opened the closet. I stood near the bedroom and kept talking, hoping to distract him. Finally, Daniel stopped looking around and went to the kitchen for some water. This was Ryan's chance. I looked at the bedroom door. It slowly opened. Ryan quietly slipped out of the house without making noise. The danger was over, but I was still very scared. The next morning, I felt worried and nervous. Did Daniel believe my lie? Was Ryan okay? I waited all day for a message or phone call. In the afternoon, my phone finally rang. It was Ryan. He said, "Sarah, last night was too scary. Daniel almost caught us. He looked suspicious. This secret has become too dangerous. I am afraid now. I cannot continue this anymore. I'm sorry, but I have to say goodbye." My heart broke. The phone slipped from my hand and fell to the floor. Tears filled my eyes. I sat down and cried for a long time. Before Ryan, I felt lonely. But after losing him, I felt even more alone. That night, I could not sleep. My mind was full of thoughts. Ryan was gone. I missed him. I missed feeling loved. I also remembered Daniel's face as he looked around the house that night. The fear I felt was terrible. Maybe Ryan was right. Our secret relationship could have destroyed many lives. I thought about my marriage. Daniel was sleeping in the next room, but we felt like strangers. We lived in the same house, but there was no love between us anymore. Our marriage had been broken for a long time. Then I made a decision. I did not want to live in fear anymore. I did not want to hide things. I walked into the living room and saw the divorce papers on the table. Daniel had given them to me weeks ago, but I was too scared to sign them. Now I was no longer afraid of the future. I was only afraid of staying in an unhappy life. I picked up a pen and signed the papers. It was over. The secret was finished. A heavy feeling lifted from my heart. I learned something important. Secret love may feel beautiful when life is painful, but it does not last. It brings fear, sadness, and problems. I wanted a real life, not a hidden one. This was the beginning of my new life.